Welcome Maurice, and welcome to another unboxing. Let's take a quick 360 of this outer box here. A plain, simple white outer box. Let's open her up. Let's check out what's inside. Now inside the box, it does have a little compartment for all our paperwork. So let's take those out. Here we have worldwide guarantee and instructions. Quick flick through card over here. And we get a nice little microfiber cloth so we can wipe off the smudges and dust off of our watch. Seiko branded. Nice little touch, very simple. Okay, now when we get to the box, it is something a little different. Something we're not really used to from Seiko. It's a green box made of vegan leather, made to resemble the bamboo plant. So if you have a closer look there, this kind of structure here looks like the stem of the bamboo plant, and there is this little decorative feature here to resemble the leaf. Nice little touch, and these boxes do actually stack, so that is a cool feature about them as well. They do have some texture, so there's like a ridge pattern followed by a smooth pattern there. Gold Seiko logo. It's quite a substantial box and it's very nicely made. All right, let's open her up. Inside is the watch. Now I'll put the watch to the side for now, just so we can check out what else is in this box. Okay, so here's the pillow. It's a quite small, rather small pillow, but it does fit within the form of the box itself. It doesn't have too much play to it, but it should fit a lot of wrist sizes. Now here's the inside, matching the same felt-like lining of the pillow in this creamy color. This pillow compartment does slide out, and inside it's just an empty cavity. So you can put some things in there, put the watch on top, and it'll keep it safe. So a nice little box, a very interesting way and creative way of displaying the watch and packaging the watch. I think it suits it well, and it does suit the theme of Save the Forest, which I quite like. All right, we'll put this away and we'll get to the watch. Here's the watch. Let's go ahead and take all of these stickers off. Starting with the watch head. Wrapped all the way around on the bracelet too, so let's try and get these off. Let's take some off the other side. Let's move on to the clasp. Alright guys, here's the watch. Now this is a limited edition watch, hence the special box, and it is limited to Thailand, and it's part of Seiko's Save the Forest line. That's why the box and the watch itself has a very forest or plant-like theme to it. Now I did pick this one up in Thailand when I was there on holiday, and I was lucky enough to find it. Taking a look at the dial, we can see this watch has a very vibrant green color to it, and it also has this pattern radiating out from the center, kind of evoking a bamboo forest. It really gives it this plant theme, just highlights the whole Save the Forest movement that Seiko is supporting. And the dial here really is reminiscent of some grand Seiko dials. Just thinking about it, it's kind of crazy that you can get this level of dial finishing and execution in a watch that costs a fraction of the price of a grand Seiko. So you don't need to get a grand Seiko to get, I guess, grand Seiko level dials. Granted, grand Seiko dials are something special, but this dial here in itself is really special. And this dial, I mean, I really could see being used in a grand Seiko, but it's so nice to see that even in lower price points you can get amazing watches. And it's just such a gorgeous dial, and when I saw it in person, I just had to get it. I saw promotional shots of this when it first came out. I was interested. Green is my favorite color, but when I saw that it was limited to Thailand, I was kind of bummed out. But I did have the opportunity to go to Thailand on a holiday, and I thought, oh, I'm already in Thailand, I might as well just look for this watch, and I found it. Taking a look at the rehaut here, you can see that it is a green color as well, but it's a darker shade of green compared to that light green on the dial, and I think it plays really nice. It helps to frame it, and it gives it like this shadowy effect that really just ties everything together. The indices applied, and they're very sharp, very nicely done, and I'm absolutely a big fan of the 12, 6 and 9 markers. I love that triangular look and that segmented triangle to give it some interest, and just to break up that whole rectangular indices look. The hands match those triangular markers, being very sharp and polished, and the second hand there has a gold finish to it, so it does stand out, and it does work well with the green. It kind of looks like a sun ray just flowing across a forest. Now, if you look at the minute track, it is just that sunburst green finish. It doesn't have the pattern or the texture on it, which I actually quite like. It makes the minute track a lot more visible, and if you can see as I'm shining it through there, it breaks up the dial and just also adds another element to it. It really just brings a lot of depth to this dial. From afar, you can see how vibrant the green is and how much it just pops. It's such a bright color, and even from further away, the texture still manages to pull through. The pattern, it just looks fantastic, and it's not a pattern that's very glaring or overpowering. It's actually quite subtle with a soft appearance to it. The components on this watch will be familiar because it is part of the Alpinus family, and again, just like the other Alpinus, great finishing, brushing and polishing, clean transitions, and a great case overall. I like the more compact size of this Alpinus, and I think it works well to highlight the dial, which this watch is definitely all about that dial. Now, it does have a display case back, but as you can see, it is a little busy with the Seiko and Prospex logo and limited edition found on the actual crystal itself. So I think they could have done without all that wording and lettering, but it is there and you can see into the movement. The bracelet is predominantly brushed with some polished accents, and I feel like it does match the case quite well because the case itself, while it looks rather simple, it's actually quite geometric with all of its facets and changing lines from curves to straight lines. The bracelet isn't just a flat, 3-link oyster style bracelet. It does have facets in those center links and some curves on the outer links, and it just keeps it interesting with a rather subtle appearance to it. Because it is mainly brushed with just small additions of polish, it makes it a versatile timepiece. I can definitely see this being worn obviously in casual situations, but as well as formal occasions as well. It does have that flashiness to it that it could be worn. The clasp, nothing special, button deployant, 1 point of micro adjustment, and it's something we are kind of used to from Seiko. Very lackluster. Maybe they could have added just at least 1 more point of micro adjustment, but yeah, considering how robust and good the watch head is with its 200 meters of water resistance, excellent finishing, it's kind of just a sore spot on the watch for me. The links are solid as well as the end links, and it is sized with pins and collars, so it can be a little finicky, and I suggest you have a clear table because you don't want to lose those collars. Here it is on wrist. Now I have about a 6.5 inch wrist for your reference, and going back to the sizing, its compact size just sits so well on the wrist. The bracelet is comfortable, the watch head is comfortable given its shape, and you can really see here the green just popping, and all of the dial elements are also just so prominent. That minute track, those triangle markers, and the sharp hands. It's just such a great watch. The Alpinist format, this particular Alpinist, is a really great design from Seiko, and just adding this spectacular dial to it just makes it all the more fantastic. Here's a quick Lume shot. So I am in a darkened room with a little bit of sunlight trickling through a window, and you can see here the Lume is rather good. Now it is green, and you can still see that green on the dial coming through as well. Lume is found on all the hour markers, including the one at the date, and I like how they've split the Lume on the date as well to match the segmented triangle markers. There it is, guys. Once I spend more time with the watch, I will do a more in-depth review. Let me know in the comments what you think about this watch. Let me know how you think the Seiko Save the Forest line stacks up against their Save the Ocean line. And do you think they did a good job with this one? I personally think they did a fantastic job. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more watch content. I'll see you in the next one.